11:11. Be so confident in God's leading that you don't even get upset when things don't go your way. A closed door is simply a redirection, and an open door is your opportunity. Type 11:11 if you believe. Don't use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe, create, trust God, heal, and grow. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. You've set a timeline for your life that is causing you so much stress and anxiety. You've already decided when everything is supposed to happen, instead of trusting God that it will happen at the right time. Here are a few thoughts to help you reclaim your peace and establish a healthier relationship to time. Read on. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. You better walk into that room like God sent you there, because He did. This is not a time for doubts and insecurities. This is a time for confidence in who God says you are, and the value you bring. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. You need to remind yourself that your life can turn out differently than you thought it would, and still be better than you imagined it could be. Don't let the vision you had for your life get in the way of the life God is building for you. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. Don't criticize and judge people who deal with their pain in unhealthy ways. Often they have limited or no tools in their toolbox. Instead of criticizing and judging, equip them with better tools and more support. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. When God closes a door, you can trust that a better door will open. That closed door was saving you from what wasn't meant for you. God knew if you walked through that door, you'd be settling for less than what He created you for. You are worth more, and there is more potential in you than what that opportunity could provide. God always goes ahead of you to prepare a better way. Your door will open soon. Be ready when it does, and step forward in faith. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. Trust God's timing. It's better to prepare, wait, and have things fall into place at the right time than rush things on your own and have them fall apart. Stop worrying about when it's going to happen and believe that it will. If it's not God's time, you can't force it. I know you want to, but you can't. And when it's God's time, nothing can stop it. Remember that. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. You're supposed to feel overwhelmed at times. Remember, you are walking by faith, not by sight. There will be many times when it doesn't make sense and you won't know how everything is going to work out. Don't forget that you have track record with God. You have survived 100% of your worst days, and you are still here. It will all fall into place somehow. Just watch. Type 11:11 if you believe. 11:11. There is a past version of you who would be so proud of all the growth and progress you have made. I know you're not where you want to be yet, but you've overcome so much. Be proud of that, thank God, and keep going. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. God is not in a hurry, you are. That's why you're anxious, stressed, and often disappointed. Trust that God is aligning opportunities for you according to a greater plan than you can see right now. When an opportunity comes your way, step forward in faith. God is with you. When you don't see any opportunities, know that it's time to create your own. God has given you everything you need already. You lack nothing. Be bold. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Direction is far more important than how long it takes to get there. You'll always overestimate what you can do in the short term and underestimate what you can do long term. Read on. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. God canceled your plans to save your life. He sent you the other direction to avoid destruction. He fights battles you don't know about, and his plans are better. You have made it this far because of his leading and protection. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. I know you hate the wait. You think things are taking too long, and you are beginning to doubt if your breakthrough will ever happen. Here are 5 reasons why God might be having you wait. Read on. Type 1111 if you. 1111. You need to understand this. Having God in your boat doesn't mean you won't face any storms. What it means is that no storm will sink your boat. Don't jump ship. God's got you. He'll get you through this storm. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Build a circle of friends who will mention your name in their prayers more than their LG stories. The fastest way to level up your life is to get around the right people. A circle is not built overnight, it's built over years. Be a true friend, mentor, and advocate, and you will attract the right people into your life. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Sometimes God closes doors because it's time to move forward. He knows you won't move unless your circumstances force you. Trust the transition. God never closes a door without preparing a new one to open. Your closed door is not your final chapter. Believe that your new door is about to open. Stay ready. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Nowhere in the Bible does it say figure it out on your own. You are putting that pressure on yourself, but it does say again and again to trust God and walk by faith. One day, you will look back and realize that God was putting it all together the whole time, even when you felt like it was all falling apart. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. You can put in work for years without seeing the results you want. And then all of a sudden the puzzle pieces fall into place at just the right time and everything changes. Remember, nothing worthwhile is built overnight. Keep believing. Stay faithful. Stay focused. Stay consistent. You are so much closer than you think you are. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Don't let your insecurities and doubts steal your confidence and compromise your opportunities. God has led you to this moment. You deserve to be where you are. It's not by chance, it's by God. So crush it. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. There's no way to get around the reality that leadership is lonely. Creating change and taking people to where they have never been often means you walk alone. Keep a few people close, know that God is with you, and remember that your mission matters. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Stop losing who you are in an effort to please other people. God is already pleased with you. Your worth, value, and sense of purpose come from Him. He claims you as His. Stop letting the opinions of other people steal your peace and cripple your confidence. You already have His approval, and that's all you need. Wake up every day and walk in that. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Sometimes your trauma will try and be louder than God's love. When that happens, remember that you are not what hurt you, and you are not what you went through. You are who God says you are. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. Social media makes you think you are not where you are supposed to be. You are too far behind, or you've missed your opportunity altogether. What if you are exactly where God needs you to be? Stop scrolling and start leading. Be grateful for who you are and what you have, and maximize everything in front of you right now. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. There are times when God allows life to crush you in order to build you into who He is creating you to be. You may feel like life is breaking you, but in reality God is building you. Building requires breaking. But the jar He was making did not turn out as He had hoped, so He crushed it into a lump of clay again and started over. J 18:4. I know it may not make sense, but you'll make it. Keep trusting God and take your next step. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. God's timing and your timing are different. When something is significant and has the potential to impact generations, it will always take longer to build and come together than you think it should. Most people will give up too early and miss their miracle, but you're not most people. Don't give up on God because it's not happening according to your timetable. Type 1111 if you believe. 1111. You are not reading this by accident. This is your confirmation. Everything is going to be all right. You haven't blown God's plan for your life. You Aren't that powerful? Your current plan may have fallen apart, but God is already creating a new plan that will fall into place. You haven't missed out on what God has for you. Type 1111 if you believe. God has written your name in places your feet have yet to enter. He is preparing you for what's coming, and He has prepared what's coming for you. Walk with confidence. Type 1111 if you believe.